Hey, good Sunday afternoon, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
This is Rob and Sandee with some more real talk. And you probably might have noticed the title of the conversation was, how do you handle complaints? And I don't think it's a matter if you're going to get a complaint. It's a matter of when you're going to get a complaint. Mm-hmm. If you're in business long enough, eventually you're going to get a complaint. So we'll wait for a few people to come on in here and we'll kind of break it down a bit. But we actually keep a little piece of paper in our receptionist area. And we actually have several different ones. Sorry about the cars. We are in a neighborhood. We just did get home, so it might be a little bit noisy as cars go back and forth. But we actually keep a couple of, what would you call them, Sam?
Like a binder.
Bullet points.
Bullet points, yeah, with that.
I know we have the binder, but we also have, we staple or we tape up some bullet points for different situations or conversations for the receptionist to be able to handle, because all kinds of different odd scenarios might pop up and it kind of walks them through it. Like, basically we've got how to handle overcoming objections for prices and things of that nature, because there's always different price structures that come up or people ask all kinds of questions. So we have that. But we also have a sheet also that talks about how to address customer complaints, and we have 5 different ways to address them. And before we address, or go through those 5 things, didn't we just have a recent complaint? I'd like you to break it down a little bit.
Absolutely. A little bit more than I expected, actually. A few back to back. Been in business all these years, and you would think sometimes after all these years you wouldn't even have any complaints. However, I had one lady call and said that we cleaned her wool area rug, and when she put it in her room, it didn't fit. And so my first thought was,
that was funny.
She had it turned the wrong way, because that's something I probably would have done, laid it the wrong way.
Now, and wait a minute. Did she say it was too small or too big?
She said it was real narrow one way, and that the tassels hit the other wall or something like that. The other way is too long.
It was basically too big.
So you would flip it around. So I didn't want to embarrass her if I was correct. So I just kind of offered, look, we'd be more than happy to come out there and look at it. And I explained wool usually shrinks. That was my thinking. The wool usually shrinks, if anything, versus the other way around, stretching. Yeah, she thought it was stretched too.
Yeah, we've never sent back a wool rug that was bigger. It might have lost a little bit.
No, she made a good point though, because I even kind of questioned it too. She said, "Could it stretched? Like, do y'all hang it over things?" And I'm thinking that makes sense, but it was wool. So my thought was wool was still, it wouldn't stretch so much.
Well, it can, but oversized wool rugs though, I dry flat.
Right. That's what
I don't actually hang them, because if there is too much weight, that could happen. So I knew we had dried hers properly. So what happened from it then after that?
Well, basically, I just explained to her first, we'll be happy to come out there and look at her. I thanked her for letting me know. I did state that do you think maybe perhaps, have you tried it the other way? She insisted, no, it's laying the right way. And I said, I mentioned that because that was something I would have done. And so I still kept the appointment, and about 2 days before the appointment came, she emailed us and said, so sorry that I was correct, that she had it laid the wrong way, and just thanked us very much.
And you didn't get upset, apparently, and you didn't get defensive or nothing like that, right?
No, absolutely not, no.
And so I just noticed a couple of comments in here people have mentioned. I'll wait for this car to go by just for a quick second. The neighborhood's really active today because it's so pretty outside. That's why. Nice. It's almost 70 degrees and sunny, and spring is definitely coming, and it's spring forward too. It's almost got us today. We're almost late to church, our congregation meeting, right? You know what I mean?
Thank goodness for the cell phone.
Well, we had the cell phone with the clock in the house, exactly. But anyway, getting back to complaints, a couple guys have mentioned here that they hardly ever get complaints, and I remember when I was an owner operator, I didn't hardly ever get complaints either. But when you start getting larger and larger, more complaints are going to happen. It's just inevitable. It could just be things are overlooked, or like, I didn't go pick that rug up, but I cleaned the rug, and then somebody else delivered it back.
So they could have laid it wrong or something like that too.
And communication, where if I'd have probably picked the rug up and I'd have cleaned it, I'd have put it back exactly the way it's supposed to be.
Right. Well, the customer laid it down though. She said they...
No, but I'm just saying, an owner operator would be a little more in tune.
Right.
Where you got a couple different hands handling it, they're a little bit out of tune. So, the number one thing that we have on our board, the first thing it says is basically, set your emotions aside and stay calm.
Which is not always easy to do. I've literally had to mute the phone and make a face or something and regroup myself and, get it together and click back on or whatever. Because in my mind, a lot of things are going through my head. For example, we just had a customer contacted us after 2 months of cleaning.
2 months
ago.
cleaning. Mm-hmm.
Someone moves in and says, "Oh, the carpets are still dirty." And I was so grateful that the technician took pictures before and after.
And notes.
Even notes.
And
even
notes.
took pictures. There was some feces in a room. However, the only picture I got was the lady's socks, the bottom of her socks.
Yes, they sent us a picture showing that the new tenant was showing, about to move in, that their socks were dirty from walking on the
I didn't get
carpets.
any other pictures.
We asked for more pictures, but the property manager wouldn't give us no more pictures. And we did find that kind of odd, you know, but
I had to set my emotions aside and say, look, and they wanted someone out yesterday. They were moving in. They weren't going to move in until it was cleaned. And I diligently tried to figure out what we could do. It was all the way about 45 minutes away, which is about 90-minute travel time back and forth. And I was diligently trying, and finally she said that they didn't want to wait, that someone was coming out today.
Yep.
And I kind of set aside my phone because we had messaged each other, and I said, my first thought was like, okay,
right.
done with that one.
But you know, they give us a lot of work, this property management company, and I really don't want to give up easy on them. So I asked Sandee some questions. I said, look, how long ago was it cleaned? What were some of the notes? Well, the technician made a note. Guess what? No heating, no air conditioning, and it was humid outside. It had been raining. Okay, so automatically in my mind, you know, some wicking probably took place. It had a code on it. They wanted it cleaned at a certain time. We cleaned it at that time. It's been closed up. And how many tenants have they showed it to?
That was my thought too. But I had to set my emotions aside. And I did state to her, we'll be more than happy to come out. I worked it out where I can have someone out there between 2 and 5 the same day. And then she messaged me back and said she didn't want to cancel with the tenants.
Other company.
The company. She didn't want to get them upset. And then later she texted me back later, well, you're welcome. You can still go out there and just look at it and see what. And I said, well, I would like some more pictures. I'd be more happy to address that. But I didn't think it was very conducive for her, the two technicians to come together.
Two separate companies,
same
time. It might be a little bit.
Not tension, but then there's 90-minute difference too. I'm like, well, we've already done the job. We did a great job, it looked like. And maybe just needed some touch-up work.
Well, I just think, and on top of it, I asked Sandee, I said, were you careful to make sure that you contacted the property management, let them know the conditions, and the conditions were recorded by the technician that the carpets could have wicked, and people might have walked on the carpet.
Right, within 2 months showing possibly, or even, I know I've been guilty of this, if I had my socks on and I'd run out to the garage to get something and then come back in, or step on the back deck for a quick second. So,
but regardless, we stayed calm. We dealt with it, and we gave them, we had enough information, thank goodness. We train our technicians to give us a lot of information. So they recorded pictures, they recorded information about the environmental conditions and stuff like that, and how there was no electricity, and then it was raining outside. So all those factors could lead up to certain issues that could take place. And so we're able to relate this to the property management company.
Right, and I mean, the goal was still to offer a solution, and it was for us to still go back out there the same day. So I left it in their hands whether they wanted to accept that or not.
Right, exactly. So you see how we basically handle it. So the main thing is, let's go through these 5 things now. Okay, I'm gonna grab. Sandee printed out a copy of it. And if anybody wants a copy, let me know, and I'll take a picture of it and throw it up here. But basically, number 1 is we've got in black print how to address a customer's complaint. Number 1 is set emotions aside and stay calm. The customer is addressing a situation, not you personally. Now, sometimes they are derogatory, but you're better off still to stay calm, because an answer, when mild, like the old proverb says, turns away rage and anger. So a lot of times I'll just remain calm, and a lot of times they'll just calm down. Because you know why? They're hearing themselves.
Yes.
You know, I'll just sit there and they're like going up. I'm looking like a fool. You know what I mean? I'm sounding like a fool. And that's what I want them to do. I want them to sound like a fool if they're doing that, you know. And I'm not trying to make it feel weird, but I'm not going to antagonize the situation either. All right. So remember, they're addressing the situation most of the times, not you personally. Number 2, and this is something we always are careful to do and train our technicians. Very important to listen and get the facts from the customer. Facts. Okay, because they're going to give you all kinds of emotional stuff, but make sure you get those facts and find out who the technician was that did the cleaning of the job. Let's see, Rob looks buff in that dress shirt. He's been doing the pull-ups. Yes, I do the pull-ups every day. Thank you very much. All right. It also says check and see if there was any pictures taken, and we're strict about that. We use House Call Pro, and we tell the technicians to take pictures, especially if you think there's going to be some situations that might be going on, okay? All right, number 3, thank the customer for bringing it to your attention. Now, how many people usually thank people for making a complaint?
Not many.
That's a rare thing in this day and time. You know, I find sometimes I'll go to a retail store and I'll look for somebody because I need some help. And when I found them, I wish I never found them.
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord, some of the worst people on the planet. I mean, what's their hiring process there? So, you know, what I like about our company is the biggest compliment I get from my clients over the last almost 40 years is, hey, Rob, and name me Rob and Sandee, by the way. Hey, Rob, you hire some of the nicest people. Because, you know, I feel like I can teach anybody to clean carpets, but I can't teach them to be nice people. Either God had to do it or their parents, or they have to have a desire to do that. All right, so I digress just slightly. All right, and basically it says here, this assures the customer that you're taking their complaint seriously because you thank them. How many people thank people for bringing up a complaint?
For complaining.
Okay? Exactly. Nobody wants to thank people for complaining. They don't
If I can thank you next time I complain to you?
Yes, and I'll thank you as I head out the door and go get some ice cream. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. All right. Okay, number 4, avoid arguing or challenging their complaint. Now, there might be a time that you could challenge the complaint, but you know, it's all in how you say and do it. I would never argue with a client in this day and time. 'Cause I'm going to tell you what, they'll be quick to get on the internet and bust you up or never use you again, never refer anybody. It could cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That's just dumb to do. Don't argue with them, even if you're in the right.
Right, I was about to say, I don't think it's a good idea to argue nor really challenge them, but we can question them a little bit respectfully to find out more information.
Yes.
Or, like, I kind of found the right moment, I think, to mention to that lady about the rug. And also gave the example that I would have done something like that to make her feel comfortable that things do happen.
Yeah, because you don't want to feel stupid.
Right. I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable. For
Mrs. Jones, apparently you don't know how to put your own rug in your house. Are you that dumb? You know, you go say something like that, you know, or and maybe you wouldn't say it like that, but you don't want to come across as condescending or making her feel ignorant. I like how Sandee said it. She said, well, I know that, you know, in my own self, I put a rug in differently before, and I realized, oh my gosh, I had it backwards. So you see, that leaves it open, and there's no contention there. She's willing to look at it from a different perspective.
Right.
So you're not challenging, but you're educating.
Right. She also acknowledged that she was in the wrong and thanked us for even having a set time to come back and look at it.
Yeah, she felt embarrassed on her own. But yeah, we still reassured her, don't feel embarrassed. Things happen. Lord, we all make mistakes. None of us walk on water.
That happened to me yesterday. I was actually one of the
Not even my golf balls.
When the employees wanted me to clock her out. And I was like, okay. And I tried, and it kept shifting over to the next day. And I was like, oh, so let me message this, company we have for the hourly keeping. And as I was messaging back and forth, I realized I was the one who made this mistake because I also clocked her back in for lunch. And when I did, instead of AM, I put PM. So then, of course, it's going to go through. So once I did, it's like, oh, thank you for your help anyway. I figured out my own mistake, by just talking it through. So instead of arguing or challenging somebody, by talking it through, sometimes we can find that solution or more of an issue what happened.
Yeah, and number 5, this is the final one, and I'll read through them here again in a second. Number 5 is, wait for this car to go by. Like I said, everyone's nice and active today. It's a beautiful day. Number 5 is find and offer a solution as quick as possible. And that's something we're very adamant about. Even if somebody complains, we have an answering service after hours and on most of the weekends, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's for
And so if a complaint or any message that comes through, we look at it and we generally address them. But if it's a complaint, we are on it like lightning. We're on a complaint probably faster than we would be if somebody's calling in for a job, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because...
I think so, because just like, for example, the one that was a 90-minute drive, that's the last thing really I wanted to have a technician do is go out to a situation, on a Saturday at last minute. And then also another lady called in. She said she had company. Her cousins are coming in Monday, and then her daughter and granddaughter are coming on Tuesday. And there happened to be two stains that came back. And my thought was little stains.
In all fairness, the same lady has the same stain come back all the time.
Yes.
And I didn't know that till this time. This is the 3rd time it's happened. Only one technician didn't have it come back on them. So, but I find, now that since we got all these notes, you got the information, I wish the technicians would have took a little bit more notes, because now what we're going to have to do is we need to get in there and we need probably to do some subsurface flushing. You know, apparently there's something down inside of there that's not getting addressed all the way. She said the rest of the carpets look great. She's happy with every technician. And you know what? She feels comfortable calling in. Why is that?
Yeah, we've addressed
Why
that
is that?
before. Well, the first time cleaning, I think it was
No,
over a year ago.
let's go a little further. Why is she comfortable calling in, Sam? Because we're what? Non-what? I'm not going to give you the word. At least for not another 5 seconds.
We're not non-threatening or non...
Close. We're non-confrontational. When people call in and they have a problem, we're never confrontational with them. We're there as what? We're problem solvers. We're not problem causers. You know what I mean?
Well, here's what I was impressed with. The lady was 83 years old. She knew the first technician's name. She knew the second technician's name.
Wow, that's right.
And she knew the third technician's name.
Wow.
And then not only that, she goes, oh, do you mind if I send you some pictures? And I was like, no, please do.
Yeah.
Because my thought was like,
Look
okay,
how comfortable she felt.
she had 2 cats. My thought was, okay, maybe your cats redid this, or something happened, or she spilled something. But when she sent me the pictures, I was blown away. I was embarrassed. I thought, oh my goodness, we need a technician out there like as
Dave
quick as
Whitey
possible.
says non-combative. Yeah, non-confrontational, non-combative. Like I said earlier, and she felt comfortable because we are problem solvers, not problem causers or problem arguers.
Right. She was.
You know what I
even
mean?
stated that the last technician was just wonderful and delightful, but yet, she has company coming, her cousins, and then her daughter and granddaughter. So she wanted the carpets clean, obviously.
Yeah, and we're going to take care of it. So she feels comfortable enough. She knows she can call in. If somebody does have a complaint, we're going to take care of it. We're going to take care of it fast. So I'm going to go through these 5 real quick. Number 1, set emotions aside and stay calm. Okay, the customer's addressing a situation, not you personally. Don't take it personally. Good Lord, I've had customers tell me, Rob, as I'm rolling the hoses up, doesn't happen very often. Maybe only happened 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the most of my whole career. I found a spot. Would you mind come up and re-hitting it? And I always smile, and I said, well, I'm going to let you know, 99.9% of the time, if it didn't come out the first time, it's probably not going to come out the second time.
Right,
But you know what?
still did it.
I'm up to the challenge. Mm-hmm. And I smile, and on the inside, I might be feeling like, lady, it didn't come out the first time. It ain't coming out the second time. Okay, she's basically insulting my intelligence. She's insulting my professionalism. Yeah, some cooks are. If you send something back, you're all worried because they're going to take and either spit on your steak or they're going to kick it on around the floor or something like a hockey puck. You don't know. But I do know that I just smiled, take care of the issue, and move right on. You know what I mean? I'll go right under clean. Okay, number 2. I was supposed to go through these fast. Number 1, set emotions aside and stay calm. Number 2, listen and get the facts from the customer. Find out who the technician is, and hopefully you took pictures. If you got House Call Pro like we do, it works great. Number 3, thank the customer for bringing it to your attention. This shows the customer you're taking it seriously. Number 4, avoid arguing and challenging their complaint. And number 5, I think is the most important thing of all, well, at least in the beginning, is find and offer a solution as quick as possible. If I have to, I'll go out and take care of the problem myself. Whatever it takes to get that problem handled, I'm going to take care of it. And that's probably why, and I feel like celebrating, and I can't wait to get into the shop and the office tomorrow to let everybody know. We just passed 500 reviews.
Good.
I know, that's awesome, right? Really excited about that. There are people out walking and stuff today. So that's just that nice. I might take the golf cart out
We
today.
need to go bike riding.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Today's a nice day to go bike riding.
I mentioned it.
All right. So, anyway, there it is. I've got a copy. She printed out a copy of it. If you guys want a copy, let me know. I'll make a copy and throw it inside the thread there. I'd love to hear how you handle complaints, but that's how Rob and Sandee have done it for almost 40 years, 38 years. Well, we've been married 38 years. So I guess we've been in business for 35 or 36 years, but I was in the cleaning business to some degree, even 5 years before I got into this industry. That's how I've got almost 40 years of experience.
Just a little side note, I also use some of these points in our marriage, just seriously about trying to sometimes get the facts straight, because
Yes.
sometimes he'll say something or I might say something and we only got just a gist of the situation versus
Set
the
the
whole
emotions
story.
aside. Stay calm. Easy for me. Not always so easy over there. Very important to listen and get the facts. Who's got the facts? I wonder.
Facial expressions say a lot.
Thank the husband for bringing it to your attention. Avoid arguing and challenging your husband. Find a solution for your husband very quickly.
I got a solution for you, all
Set
right?
your emotions aside and stay calm whenever your husband says or does something you're not quite happy with. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that works. We'll see how that works out later on. I got a feeling I'm not getting a sandwich today or some dinner. I might be on my own. Just kidding. You know, I think something's really important too. This can be the last thing I say. And whether it's in marriage or dealing with customers, having a sense of humor.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, a sense of humor goes a long ways. You know, I mean, you can really break up an argument real fast with a sense of humor, you know, and it just goes a long ways. My wife and I, many times, sometimes we've gotten it, and we're just about to, and we argue maybe once or twice a year, you know, but
We fuss here and there, but like a big argument might be once or twice.
and
but-
generally what I'll do is I'll just throw in something funny and off the wall and awkward, and she'll just laugh. And this thing, and then we'll go like, okay, that was dumb. Let's go bike riding, or let's go get some dinner or something of that nature, you know. So I think that's really important. But wow, you're right. That's a good point. Maybe some people could attach this at their house for marriages, including us too.
Put it on your mirror.
Yeah. Wow. Some of these wives out there are going to probably etch it into the van windows for their husbands.
I had some other pointers on there
Right. I'm sure you will.
that I can't say right now.
Yeah. She's going to be typing up a whole list on the back right there, I'm sure. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this about how to handle complaints. If you like these type of videos that my wife and I are doing, please just go ahead and press the like button or say something. And the more likes we get, the more apt we are to do it. Well,
Yeah, we
thanks a
appreciate
lot,
you guys,
everyone.
your feedback as well. Look forward to it.
Absolutely. Because remember, iron sharpens iron. So we all learn from each other. We all get better. And we get more reviews. We get more repeats. We get more referrals.
It helps raise the industry too.
Yep. We get more reviews. We all make more money. That's what it all boils down to, you know. But, you know, treating people honest and fair, letting them let them voice their complaints, you addressing their complaints, just leads to more reviews, which leads to more income. And happy clients,
Well, I think addressing all this too helps
happy clients,
quality of service.
happy employees, happy income. Same thing goes in a marriage.
Then it trickles down to me.
Happy wife, happy life. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I love all the
Well,
hard
let's see.
things.
There's a lot of hearts here. Very good.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
guys.
Let's see. There's a lot of points here, man. You know, I'm sorry, guys. Remember, that's one thing about kind of good and bad about Facebook Live is it only shows you on your phone 1 or 2 comments at a time, and they move quickly. So by moving so quickly, I can't see them. I have to go back. So after I end this video, I'll go back through it and take a look at it, and maybe we'll find a different place besides sitting in the car and doing this sometimes. What do you think?
Yeah, well, the weather's getting nice. We can sit on the back deck or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll sit out on the back porch or something. Let's see in the comments here. Happy wife, happy life. Amen to that. Well, we're going to leave it at that. I think that's a great point right there. So, and happy customers, happy businesses.
That's right.
Right?
Happy returns.
Exactly.
For
Well, thanks a lot, everyone. Have yourself a great day. We've got some 70-degree weather coming this week. We're really looking forward to it. And spring cleaning. And hopefully this event that's taking place around the country, the somewhat coronavirus, is not going to affect us and bring us down too much. Maybe people want their houses cleaned even
That
more.
was my thought.
Let's talk about that next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's definitely do that because let's talk about certain events that can affect your business and how you and your attitude and the type of...
I think turn a negative into a positive.
That's me. That's me.
There we go.
That's what my wife did.
Plan.
Turned a negative into a positive. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have yourself a
Bye.
great
Have a great day.
Take care. Bye-bye.